Welcome everybody, I'm Snipe You First. Today we're going to be jumping on Cardinal RP through the FiveM servers. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share. Leave a comment down below with any suggestions you may have. And as always, I will have links in the description where you can find me on Twitch, as well as join my Discord channel, The Spotters Club, as well as join Cardinal RP server. So without further ado, it's time to order a sippy cup. That link will be down in the description below. I thought you were thinking I was going to say it's time to get some. Well, guess what? It's time to get some.
But I do want to warn you when we get there, if the court does decide they can postpone your hearing, when you get there, the judge could say, hey, we're waiting until another day and putting you on bond. Just letting you know, it's really up to him.
Yeah.
I have told the judge you want to get it done today, so if possible he will, but if nothing comes to agreement, it'll probably be another day, and we'll let you out today.
That's fine.
Just a pre-warning, if you do get out on bond, it means the FTA will be in charge of you, meaning anytime your property possessions can be searched.
Oh.
A part of being on bond is almost like being on parole or probation, so.
Do I have to wear an ankle monitor?
Yeah, you'll have to. Now, you can get certain stipulations with them where you can like go out and hang out with friends and stuff as long as you're in at like a certain time. They're not gonna like restrict every move you make.
All right.
Okay, let me open that door for you. There you go. Okay.
All rise, please. The Court of the Second Criminal Division, San Andreas, is now in session. The Honorable Judge, J. Mark, presiding. He may now all be seated.
Thank you, sir. Today's case is the State of San Andreas versus Donny Doinks, the owner of Yellow Jack, located in Sandy Shores. Is the prosecution ready? Is the defense ready?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Doinks, will you please stand to my right so you can be sworn in by the bailiff?
You got the book?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
You need to place your hand on this Bible and repeat after me. I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear
That I will tell the truth.
that I will tell the truth,
The whole truth.
the whole truth,
And nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Amen.
Amen.
You're sworn.
Okay, Mr. Doinks, you are looking at assault and battery with a deadly weapon with intent to cause severe bodily injury, reckless endangerment with a firearm, and brandishing a firearm within city limits.
Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, I did approve a search warrant of your property. Any property has been confiscated. It is in the back room of this courthouse. Do you feel the need to say anything before I start?
No. Go ahead. Oh, Donny Doinks is...
Mr. Doinks, for security reasons, will you please remove the mask and set it to your right, please?
Yeah, sure.
Your client did fire a weapon.
Not on purpose. It was the...
Sir, I'm not asking that. Your client did fire a weapon.
No, Your Honor. He didn't have his finger on the trigger.
Sir, I'm not asking that. Did a bullet leave your client's weapon?
To that answer, or to that question, yes, Your
Sir,
Honor.
I am
Yes.
not asking that. Did a bullet leave your client's weapon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Killing someone or missing someone?
Missing someone, Your Honor.
Hitting them where?
It struck the door is what I was
You may
told.
have the firearm. I'll go grab the weapon just to show as evidence.
And you're going to plead not guilty to assault and battery with a deadly weapon?
Correct. It was...
Sir, you're standing in front of me saying that your client held a firearm referred to as his biscuit, and he was standing there and a gun mysteriously fires itself.
It would have been a weapon malfunction, Your Honor.
So I'm just gonna let you know now. This is completely unloaded.
Okay, set it on my desk.
This is what he calls his biscuit.
Mr. Doinks, does this look like the weapon you're carrying?
Yeah, that's my biscuit.
Okay, why do you call it your biscuit, sir?
It's a family heirloom. That's what Grandpa called it.
Mr. Doinks, how long have you had a firearms license in the state of San Andreas?
Well, ever since I turned 21.
And how about your business license to the Yellow Jacket Sandy Shores?
That's I'd say within the last 10 years.
Do you solemnly swear that you're not using that business to bring drugs or narcotics, weapons, or drugs into the state of San Andreas?
No, I do everything by the books and lawfully.
Sir, clearly you do not, or you would not be standing in front of me.
It was an accident.
Oh, so Mr. Washer, you're claiming that your client's firearm fired itself with a weapon malfunction.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you notified the company of this double-barrel shotgun that the weapon supposedly fired itself, striking and almost killing someone?
No, Your Honor.
Why have you not done so?
Because honestly, Your Honor, it wouldn't be my responsibility. It would be my client's responsibility since it's his weapon.
Sure thing.
If I might add, Judge,
Yes.
the manufacturer of that gun is no longer around. It is a family heirloom from my grandfather, and he's been dead for the last 20 years.
Mr. Doinks, when was this firearm last shot professionally handled by you?
Last shot professionally without a misfire or anything, I would say
At a shooting range.
at a shooting range. Oh, I never take that to a shooting range.
That's the only professional area, sir. Where would you think whenever I was speaking professional?
Oh, I just thought target practicing out in the backyard.
Oh, that's not professional.
Now there's many of
I'm speaking being supervised, holding a firearm, shooting targets. My version of professional.
well,
So you've never done that with the firearm?
Well, I have, but not with that gun in particular.
Okay.
Normally, you don't bring a sawed-off shotgun to a firing range.
It is illegal to bring a firearm when you're going to go into a bar to consume alcohol.
Could you repeat that question for me one more time?
Sir, let me just stop you real quick. If you're trying to defend your client, I wouldn't recommend throwing him under the bus by bringing a loaded firearm that malfunctioned into a bar consuming alcohol.
Your Honor, technically,
All right, let me ask him one.
technically, if you'll only be honest, attorney, technically a firearm being within the same vicinity of people drinking alcohol is a felony. So, but we're not going to go down that road. We'll stick with what we're on right now before more charges end up getting added.
Well, the general question, I guess, would be, so bartender, or not bartenders, but bars/store owners are not allowed to have a firearm to protect their businesses from robberies? If they're not consuming alcohol?
If it's within hand's reach of other people who are taking alcohol, then it can become a problem.
Can be, okay.
Especially from what I heard in the report, he was just concealing it within his weapon, or not his jacket. Anyone can just walk up and grab it out of his
No,
body,
it wasn't
so.
in my jacket, Your Honor. There is a storage location underneath the bar, behind the bar, where nobody can see it nor reach it. And that was
So,
described.
let me get this correct, sir. You were having someone leave your bar. You took the time to take the weapon that malfunctioned and shot, almost killing someone, to hit him with your firearm, as the CCTV footage shows. Whenever he did not leave, your weapon just automatically malfunctioned and hit the person.
No, I went to try to get him to leave, and that is when the gun accidentally discharged and the butt of the gun struck him in the face.
The worst part about this, when I watched the CCTV, they
trying
took
to
the
push him.
time. They took the time to drag this guy all the way outside of their bar, And then just threw him on the ground like an animal, and then sat around and laughed about it.
Mr. Doinks, I'm going to remind you one time that you are on the oath.
Yes.
You are under oath at this time. Lying on oath is 985 months in jail.
Yes.
You're an elder man, okay?
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you now that 985 months will do some hurt on you, okay?
Yes.
So I recommend you start telling me the truth. I've seen the footage. I know what happened. Stop bullshitting me. I've been doing this for a while. No firearm misfires. No firearm just shoots itself, okay? I carry myself when I'm not in this courtroom, okay? I have never had a firearm discharge on accident. I also have never had a firearm discharge on accident and drag the person out that I accidentally did not mean to kill. Cut the shit. Tell me the truth.
The truth is, the gun misfired. Guns do misfire, and it happens quite frequently. You can hear in the news where people were handling their gun, and all of a sudden it went off. You know, it does happen. And with a hair trigger, it's easy to do.
Your Honor, I do have a recent news article, if you don't mind.
We're not saying news articles, sir. Do you have any other questions for your client?
No, Your Honor.
FTA, do you have any questions for the defense?
No, I have nothing.
Mr. Walsh, you are a public defender of the state of San Andreas, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are bar certified?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been bar certified?
I've been bar certified for 2 years. I'm basically fresh. You can consider fresh out of law school.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay. So, Mr. Walsh, you said that you would like to take the prosecution deal and agreement, okay? As the honorable judge of this case, I'm going to be putting some stipulations in effect for Mr. Doinks. On top of the FTA regulations of being on supervision within Mr. Doinks, I'm going to sentence Mr. Doinks to 120
Yes.
months in Blaine County jail, where he will serve at least 80 months before he can be put on
Do you mind if I stop?
parole. Yes.
I would like to request a suspended sentence so he doesn't spend any time in jail. He is a first-time offender. Although we frown upon his charges and what happened, he is a first-time offender.
I'm already suspending most of the time. That's why I'm saying 80 months at the minimum.
I'd like to recommend a 2-year diversion program with, aka 2 months, under FTA supervision. If he successfully completes the program, then I would like to recommend he does not spend 1 day in jail. And if he fails the program for any sort of criminal charges, then he will go for his sentence, is what I recommend. But I would recommend to the courts that he not spend 1 day in jail due to being a first-time offender, and that he is not to be in possession of any firearms whatsoever.
Okay, so here's some stipulations I'm going to put into effect. All exhibits included in the problem are authentic and accurate in all respects. I've seen all reports. No objections to all this. This of the exhibit shall be entertained. Mr. Doinks knowingly used a firearm, had a firearm on premises of his business. Mr. Doinks, your business license will be suspended 5 days. You are not to be in the Yellow Jack 5 days. That gives our criminal investigations team to clean up the area, get all the evidence they need. So if you are to break your parole or agreement that you have with FTA, there is substantial evidence to put you behind bars. There are no costume options permitted as the exception to Rule 18B. The charge of the court is accurate in all aspects. No objections to the charge shall be entertained. Chain of custody for evidence is not in dispute. The introduction provided no legal consequence in terms of the trial and is not admissible for impeachment purposes for any other purpose. I'm going to be accepting the suspension jail time of 180 months, all suspended, 2 years of probation. Mr. Doinks, you're not to be around anyone who knowingly or has a firearm registered in their name. That can result in you failing your FTA requirements. Exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 were made or near the time by from an information transfer by someone with knowledge who kept in course of regularly conducted activity of a business, organization, occupation, or calling, making the record was a regular practice of that activity, and neither the source of information nor the method of circumstances preparation indicate a lack of trustworthiness. Okay, Mr. Doinks,
Yes.
the jurors aforesaid in the name and behalf of citizens of San Andreas further charge and accuse Donny Doinks with having committed the offense of criminal recklessness with a firearm. For that said, Mr. Doinks in the county of Blaine, state of San Andreas, on or about September or October, assaulted Kristen Alger with an object, device, or instrument which, when used offensively against the person, is likely to and actually does result in serious bodily injury to a gun, contrary to the laws of the state of San Andreas, the peace, good order, and dignity thereof. The jurors aforesaid that you were also assault with a battery with a deadly weapon intent to cause severe bodily injury when you assaulted Mr. Alger at the Yellow Jack of a business within Blaine, state of San Andreas. You're going to be pleading guilty to both charges aforesaid on a plea agreement fourthly sat with FTA and your public defender, Mr. Walsh. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Do you feel like this was a fair trial?
Yes.
Your Honor.
By giving up those rights in mind, do you understand that this will then close this and you will be strictly on supervision within the FTA and your public defender?
Yes.
Do you also understand that if you are caught within the Yellow Jack 5 days from now, you're in possession of a firearm or any narcotics that consume to your body or can be used with a deadly weapon, you will automatically be revoking your time within FTA and the plea agreement will be canceled?
Yes.
Do you also understand that you're not to be around a school or business consuming alcohol or drugs or firearms within 10 days from now, and I'm suspending your jail time of 180 days?
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys for attending. This court is now closed. Everybody have a good day. Mr. Doinks, hopefully you have a better day.
Oh, I shall.
That was a good court case. Just as promised.
Good job, buddy.
probation.
Good job.
Need to leave.
You saved my ass.
I told you, just as promised, probation.
Yes.
That was a good court case. That was my first one.
All right. Good job. We're going to retain you for future, just in case.
Yep.
Congratulations, Mr. Doinks.
Congratulations, Mr. Doinks.
Thank
Oh
you.
my god. That was
Congratulations.
We'll get this over with, boys, and
Let's go ahead and get some lick flurries.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to DQ. You can have fun at McDonald's.
All
You
right.
get the real good
That's
stuff.
fine. You can have a restaurant if you want. It's the firearms.
Yes, Mr. Doinks.
Already-
Congratulations on that battle.
Thank you. Let's go celebrate with a drink of Coca-Cola.
No beer, Mr. Doinks.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
It's going to be.
No beer, Mr.
Yeah,
Doinks.
I know. Jeez Louise.
Here.
Sorry to head that way, Mr. Doinks.
Take care, buddy.
Take care, bro. Be safe.
All right.
Be safe, Mr. Doinks.
I will. Let's go bust some bad guys.
I'll get in no trouble, Mr. Doinks.
Oh, I won't. I'm gonna be
Hey,
a
Doinks.
nice little snitch for the next
Walk that
couple
straight
months.
line.